Amoso uno kwe. Amoso uno murembe. Anyinga woro mamo. Kawono. Adwa golo. Neno. Osiepwa. Professor George Magoha. First, let me convey to Dr. Barbara Magoha, her wonderful son Michael, and all the Magoha family, our deepest condolences on the passing of Professor Magoha. I also want to thank everyone who has turned out here in large numbers to condole with the family. I thank President Kenyatta. I thank all the governors, the CSs, and everyone else of high office, and everyone else here, all the mourners who have come to stand with this family and to acknowledge what kind of a man Professor Magoha was and will always be. We served with Professor Magoha in cabinet, and he taught us many things. One thing Professor Magoha was, he was obedient, he was diligent, he was hardworking, and mostly he was not afraid. There was nothing, no task that you gave Professor Magoha that he did not feel he could do, that he did not feel that he could surmount. He wasn't a person who was frivolous. Professor Magoha would never engage in idle talk. He would never gossip. He would never waste time. He often told us that he did not want to stay in the office, and what he wanted to do was to be out there in the field, engaging with teachers, engaging with students, and seeing transformation in that sector through his own eyes. We received news of the loss of Professor Magoha with great sadness, with great shock, because he seemed so strong, so forceful, so convicted. It is important that when a man of this stature, a man who holds such deep values, that we who remain behind emulate him and learn from his efforts, learn from his work. Professor gave everything he had, every ounce of energy, every ounce of intellect, to discharge his duties as the Minister, the CS of Education. I don't think that he could have done much more. He leaves a strong legacy and shows us what service is. He shows us what it means to be selfless. He shows us what it means to be dutiful. And therefore we pray that the Lord will comfort his family, will hold them up, and will fill that huge gap that has been left behind. And as a cabinet, we pray in the words of the old Irish benediction, and pray that as Professor begins his journey to paradise, that the road will rise up to meet him, and that the wind will always be at his back, and that the sun will shine warmly upon his face, and that the rain will fall softly upon his field, and that until we meet again, that the Lord will hold him in the palm of his hand. Rest in peace, Professor. We are proud of you, and we are so honored to have known you. Thank you.
sorry, short interlude.
Thank you. I did mention to you that we do have 3 cabinet secretaries here. It's my privilege to request CS Florence Bore to make her remarks by CS the current CS. Ezekiel Machogu, the current CS for agriculture. Oh, sorry, this is current CS for education. I didn't sleep very well last night.
The 4th President of Kenya, Mama Barbara, Michael and family, fellow mourners who are here. Bwana asifiwe. Idhinade. Intie. Antie. Anachie. My name is Florence Bore, CS Labor and Social Protection. I have come here today to mourn with the family and to really say we've lost a leader. I was able to see Professor at a close range when His Excellency the President, William Ruto, invited the outgoing cabinet to have lunch with the new cabinet. He was very humble. And he was able to make it for that lunch. And when we went through that lunch, President Ruto confided on the outgoing team that they were welcome, even for national functions that would have, that the outgoing cabinet would be welcomed. He looked so excited about that. And I think he was ready to give back to the society even after leaving cabinet. I want to say, Professor, we've learned a lot. I'm hoping he wrote a book, and if he didn't, maybe Mama, you can write a lot about him. We didn't see that in his public life. He was a very serious man. But I'm happy when I saw you, I was like, Professor had a taste. He had a beautiful wife he knew. And he brought a wife all the way from Nigeria. And, you know, we've seen that part of him during this period. And I want to say, Pole sana for the loss. We are with you. And may God give you strength. And I'll only give you a word from the book of the Bible, Joshua 1:9, that may He give you strength, encourage you, even during this period. Mungu wabariki sana sana. Thank you. Could I give